garden of enlightenment. Low light lit minds, every line got intent. Clock ticks crooked and the room turns vigilant. Quiet so loud you can hear what the tension meant. Then it slips after midnight, manners get murdered. Nice little masks get cracked by a word or a murmur. Twisted Tuesdays twist truth till it turns on its heel. Clean cut faces go strange when the dark gets real. You can feel that shit, that slick little slip when the grin stays sweet, but the eyes don't sit. Like the room grew ribs, like the walls grew ears, like the hush got hands and it's pulling you near. And the words don't rest, they press. Put a heel on the chest, leave a dent in the breath. Every line like a knock from the back of the brain. Like you came in one shape, you won't leave the same. Late night poets, where the room leans in, where the sharp gets shown in the soft dome dim. Late night poets, hear the whole thing shift from a whisper in your ribs to a line that lifts from the darkened edge of doubt to the pull you can't ignore. We don't just read the night, we make it something more. Say it plain, say it broken. Late night poets, Wednesday breaks, parts in the park, sink down the spine, half halo, half hazard, both hands in the light. In the yard, a seduction walks soft through the smoke, silk on the tongue with the blade in the joke. Books and bards wakes dust in the depth of the shelves. Old ghosts lean out and start naming themselves in a craft and sullen up the ache. Gets a voice, pain stands up street and makes silence a choice. Then break on through when the devil gives way, when the masses sink but the pulse says pray. Echoes in the dark, go hunt the fear, that thing with no name starts ringing in your ear. Say it, say it. Fill my eyes with poetry, don't water it down. Let it bite, let it bloom, let it burn through the crowd. Bad company grins like a bruise, dressed smart, and rhythm and rhyme puts a boot through the heart. Late night poets, where the room leans in, where the sharp gets shown in the soft dome dim. Late night poets, hear the whole thing shift from a whisper in the ribs to a line that lifts from the darkened edge of doubt to the pull you can't ignore. We don't just read the night, we make it something more. Say it plain, say it broken. Late night poets, some come shattered, some come slick. Some speak honey with a blade in it. Some sound velvet, some sound wire. Some walk in low and take the room higher. Some come holy, some come liars. That's the thing! This ain't filler for the dead space, no. This is pulse with a pen, this is blood with a nickel. This is breath to the backbone, ink for the crown. Live mics, live nerves, truth laid bare in the round. This is the beautiful mess, the bruise and the bloom. The line that cuts clean and makes a little room. Late souls, wide eyes, all nerve in the dark. A room full of hearts beating hard through the dark. Wake the room, wake the room. Late night poets, where the room leans in, where the sharp gets shown in the soft dome dim. Late night poets, hear the whole thing shift from a whisper in the ribs to a line that lifts from the darkened edge of doubt to the pull you can't ignore. We don't just read the night, we make it something more. Late night poets, when the clock slips past polite, we tell the truth. LNP, we love you. Stay frosty.
Hello and welcome to Twisted Tuesdays with the Twisted Sisters. And you never know, maybe a twisted mister or two. And I hope everybody is having a good week and has an even better week to follow. And happy Cinco de Mayo. And hello, Fill My Eyes. Hey, Jane,
Hello.
how's it going?
I couldn't have said it better myself. It's going. It's going. There's a little craziness going on in my house, but that since has passed. And then I came in and it was doing all kinds of silly things, so I didn't know what was up. So I
Oh,
just went out and logged in and started over. So here I am.
yes, yes.
Oh,
Well, because I knew you had been on the stage for a little bit and then you disappeared, and I thought, well, maybe she's going to come back. And I was actually doing quite good until the point that like just near the end of the song, I accidentally clicked the back button.
oh Jesus. Well,
Yeah,
I
but it all worked out. It
right.
it all
I came in.
worked.
I came in and I was in the studio, and then I realized it had my tabs messed up. I know I'm really weird. Some people say anal retentive, but my left tab has to be the one for the links, and my center tab has to be the studio. My right tab has to be the chat room. And I realized that StreamYard was on the left and it wasn't working, so I went out to restart it. And so, and then I came in with the link, and it wasn't giving me my avatar, and it was like doing crazy stuff. And I said, "Well, I'm no help to anybody in this shape," so I left it and refigured. So here I am. So yeah, so we all have our little glitches, but this one wasn't too horrible. Anyway,
Yes,
I'm glad you got things
yes.
started and going without me because I wasn't hearing. I was
Yeah. Oh,
I was
once
trying.
I figured out like where to find those audios, I mean, there's little things that, I still have to
Right,
smooth out and remind myself of,
right,
like,
right,
like this isn't where I can hit. I'm so used to hitting the back button, like if I'm on my Kindle Fire and all poetry and I want to get back to where I was.
right.
And I have to remember, don't do that. But
Hmm.
yeah, I think a lot of it's just remembering the little details and getting used to
Exactly.
it.
Exactly. You know what? It's all the same buttons we had before, except they're all in different places. They're all called something different. And here there's a specific 1, 2, 3 that you have to do at the beginning to get it started so it goes to Facebook and it goes to YouTube. That's the hardest part is remembering all those first steps. But we're good. We're good. We're going to be better. Every time we're going to get better. That's what I say about it. So,
Oh, absolutely. The sailing's going to get smoother and
right.
smoother,
You know, you and I
you
are on
know.
this one. So if you run into a problem, I can help you out. And then with a Phasiana tonight, you'll be like, oh, this is old hat, and just do it. So we're good. We're good.
Yeah,
I have a Mountain Dew on the way. So my life is looking better and better as I go along. Just thought I'd share it
nice.
with you. Yes, because then my eyes will open since I didn't get that nap. Not even the 5 minute one I was thinking I was going to get.
Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. I've switched to flavored water that doesn't have any caffeine.
Oh, not
I
I'll take all the caffeine you're not having.
but I had a lot of coffee and iced tea today. Plus, I got a nap, which I really needed because I didn't get to sleep until 4:30 a.m.
I
this
haven't the
morning.
night before. Me the night before I was up
Yeah.
30. Last night I was up until 3. You know,
What's that?
last night I was up until 3.
Oh
So
my goodness.
I did a 4:30, a 3:30, and yeah. And tonight I'm going to bed right after the show. I love
Oh, I
everybody.
completely get that.
It's been a long week. There's my son's going through some stuff and issues like that, so I'm trying to like kind of be somewhat present and accounted for. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Well, that's
yeah,
important.
it's crazy, right? Exactly, and I mean, and I'm trying to make sure things are kind of moving forward here, but I know I have you. I know I can count on you on the late night shows, and
Yes.
I'll start. Yeah, well, I'll get through the early shows. Speaking of early shows, you and I are on tomorrow night, right?
Yes, we are.
Yes. So what is
Um,
tomorrow? Donut Daddy, isn't it?
with Donut Daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. That sounds like I don't know. I think
That'll be a fun show.
sure it's going to be
The contest needs rights. It is open to on topic pre-writes.
right.
Um,
Good.
but
Right. Anything sticky and sweet we'll go with.
that's right.
In
Doesn't
fact,
have to be just donuts. Anything sticky and sweet.
woohoo. Sticky's the
Yes.
just kidding. I only have one about chocolate though. I don't think I have anything about sweets or anything.
Yeah.
Like that. I don't think I have anything like that.
I think
Yeah,
I have a few about sweets, but I'm kind of hoping to write something new.
right.
Um, you
Oh,
know.
writing something new. Oh my God, that's like Harry Carey to me this week for sure. I made it.
Yeah, we'll see if that happens though.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, that'll
And
be good. So everybody, we need rights for tomorrow night. Donut.
that's right.
You have to look at
Sweet.
the contest to understand. It's
Mhm.
pretty funny stuff. Not funny,
Oh my God.
but funny. Like, yeah,
Um, very amusing.
it is.
Very, very
And
amusing.
it's, yeah, and it's suggestive. The whole thing is suggestive. Some of
Yes.
it we've stepped over the line of it's suggestive, but it's okay. He's doing it. But
Yeah, could have been worse.
it was too funny not to try. So,
Oh, right.
that's the way that works. But so happy Cinco de Mayo. And
Yes, same to you. Did you have any Cinco de Mayo foods or drinks?
no, not at all. We had
No.
chicken patty sandwiches for dinner. That was it.
Well, you know what? Chicken patty sandwiches are good.
They were
And
they were
I
delicious. But if anybody hasn't looked at the topic board, I'm gonna repeat this one more time. Cinco de Mayo lands on Taco Tuesday this year. The stars have aligned, and this is what we've been training for, people. Just letting you know. Anyway,
I like that.
I thought that was nice thought.
I'll be having more Cinco de Mayo food tomorrow. We did chicken tostadas, which turned out pretty good. Mine, I I melted the cheese and heated stuff up on the tostada in the air fryer for my son, but for myself, I didn't feel like doing the air fryer, and I made the mistake of just doing that in the microwave, and of course that turned things soggy. And it
Right.
still tasted good, but it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
And even though it's not technically a Mexican food, I forget what the technical, like the original name of it is, but have you ever heard of that Brazilian lemonade or limeade where they make it?
Yes. They just
Yes.
put
Have you ever tried that?
No, but I look at it and I say, that looks kind of tempting.
Oh,
But
it is.
me that they
It
throw the whole lime into the blender, and I go, huh, I don't know about that.
Well, what I read is you just have to drain like I personally I read that you have to put it through a sifter or something in order to get the peel out so it's not as
Right.
bitter. But
Right.
honestly, what I did is those plastic bottles of lemon and lime juice?
Uh-huh.
I used some of that along with ice and the sweetened condensed milk. Um, oh man, so freaking good. So freaking good. And the best thing was it was our drink and our dessert at the same time. Like I told my kid, I was like, I don't even need to make dessert.
Well, see, if you really get creative, Pam, you put half of that back in the blender with like a couple good scoops of ice cream.
Ooh, yeah.
Yep, that'd be like a frozen limeade, but even better.
Yes, that would be good. Like Breyer's ice cream with the real vanilla beans flecks in it.
Any kind is all good.
Yes. Well,
like
even a sorbet, like if you got a lime sorbet or something like that,
right,
would be good.
Yep. So you'd be good to go.
Yeah,
Well,
but I got to tell you, it's not good for the blood sugars.
Of course not.
But so tasty. Nothing good is ever good for the blood sugars.
That's right. I keep saying I'm going to make my cheesecake, but I haven't gotten to it yet. It's only Tuesday. Maybe tomorrow. make me a little brownie bottom and put that cheesecake in
That
the top.
that
So
sounds tempting. That sounds tempting.
I have
I
everything I need. I just haven't done it. I'm like, what is going
Yeah. Oh, I get that. I
I
get
should,
that.
I should say I have everything but the ambition.
Well,
But
I
it's
still have to wait for my oven handle to get fixed. I
ouch.
mean, the oven is before I can do any more baking. And my the
Right.
apartment building manager is on
Vacation.
vacation, so I have to wait for her to get back because I don't know how to get a hold of the maintenance man, and I don't even know like how that works. Like,
Well,
I put in my
help.
work form, and now I just have to wait to see if he either shows up or wait until she's back from vacation and say, "Hey, can somebody come fix this for me?"
Right, right. Yeah, right. That helps. Um, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, Robbie says he's too sweet for the blood sugars. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah. It's so bad. So yeah, so anyway, what's your weather today? Because I didn't ask that yet.
Oh, yes, my weather today. It
Wait,
was,
wait, wait. Let me back up. How was yours and Robbie's weather today?
well, if Robbie's was anything like mine, it was, let's see. I think we made it into the high 40s, but it was a chilly high 40s. Like it was pretty much overcast all day. Now, granted, I did not step outside, um, but at one point, I started thinking, the apartment feels really cold, and it had dropped down in the apartment
Right,
with to like 67, which to me is cold. Like I like my apartment, I like wherever I live to be at around 70. It, you know,
right, right.
and in a couple degrees, I start to notice. But so I didn't go outside, but by looking at the weather and just by what it felt like inside, it felt like
Right.
a very chilly, overcast day. I'd actually thought about going for another walk, but then I'm like, no, I'm going to wait until at least it's back up in the 50s to 60s.
Right, right. Robbie, he all of a sudden wants to jump in and give us his weather. We're not speaking to you, Robbie. Pam is now giving your weather report. Sorry. We hit a high of 81 today,
Oh my goodness gracious.
and right now it's supposed to be 73, and our low is supposed to be 62. That's not too bad. That's not too bad.
That's not bad. Nighttime walks are
Right,
my favorite part of summer. Like when you get to the point
right.
where like you get that
It's
summer weather where it's too hot to go out during the daytime, but
right,
going out at nighttime cools it off. That
right,
to
right.
me is just so
Now see today,
wonderful.
tomorrow it's supposed to be here. So tomorrow we're dropping 11 degrees. So we're supposed to be 70 with a low of 49. Thursday, 67 and 44. And it's supposed to rain both days. Like, go figure. Friday, we're supposed to be 64 and 48. It's ridiculous. I don't
Oh, it
know. But by
is. Like
Sunday, we're supposed to be
Mother
back up
Nature
to
is
74.
snapped.
Oh, yeah, she definitely, I'm telling you, she's going through the change. She needs her estrogen levels checked or something.
She
She is
really,
just
yeah.
not right. She's just really not. But then again, a lot of us have blaming that, crazy Meg. There you go. Oh, yes, we have, Robin. We have treated her
Oh
badly
my
enough.
gosh.
Yeah, she's taking her vengeance. Yeah, how true that
Did
is.
you
How
you
true
get a
that is.
chance to listen to that comedian that short video I sent you about that comedian's bit about weather in the Midwest?
I did not because you sent that, and then I don't know where I went. I had something that happened, and
I
I
knew I
have
sent it at 4 in the morning or something ridiculous like that, but oh my gosh, when you get a chance, listen to that. It is so, and it's short. It's not like a
yeah.
whole set,
No,
but
usually you send me short and funny things, and that's good. I send you long and dramatic things. But
but he is so spot on about talking about weather in the Midwest.
right, right. Yeah, because I looked at that. because I know it kind of followed up with me sending you the one about I'm ready for today's weather. I have my flip flops, my winter coat, my umbrella, my sunscreen. That one just had me chuckling, right? Because it was the Care Bears, remember? And then I saw yours. I must have been watching something, and I said I'll look at it later. And then I passed out, and then when I got up about 11:30, and my niece got here around 12:30, and I just never hit the button. Oh my God, it's been one of them days. It's
One
been
thing
crazy.
after another.
Yeah, well, all good stuff and bad. Well, it's good stuff, bad stuff. You know, I know I've had my share. That sounds like a song lyric. Maybe we should write that down. Only kidding. But it has. It's just been one of those days. I have this kind of
Hmm.
surprise, and I have a different kind of surprise. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But it's okay. We're good. We're good. You know.
I
But I
I
will.
have to say that the one real true disappointment in my day, which shows that it wasn't actually that bad, was that for some reason my teenager thought that he could put all the guacamole on his
Oh,
tostados
oh,
and not leave any for me.
that's a wrestling match right there.
That
Yeah.
could you imagine that? Like me jumping my teenager and guacamole and salsa just flying all over the place.
I could see me jumping on my kids, as big as they are, for trying to take all the guac.
Oh
Uh,
my gosh.
guac is
I tell
guac
you,
is
the next guacamole I get, and it wasn't technically even guacamole, because to be honest, I'm not that big of a fan of it, and neither is my kid. We just really like the taste of avocado. So
oh, gotcha.
it was just mashed avocado, but next time I get avocado, they're all mine.
That's right. You know, hide them in your room.
That's
Hmm.
right. And
Don't
hope I
eat them,
remember them before they over ripen.
and you eat them while they're at school during the day. That's what you do, Pam. That's what you do.
Yeah.
I love guacamole. I do. I make some good
Mm.
homemade guacamole. I almost said guacamole. I don't know what the hell that was. Is that like whack-a-mole? I don't know. But I do. I make some really good guacamole here. Yeah, that's why I would fight them for it. Yeah, absolutely. So fun, so good, so yummy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Now,
But yeah. So anyway, I don't know. It's quiet. It has been so quiet lately.
it
And
has been. Thank goodness for Robbie hanging out on the board.
yeah,
But yeah,
it's just been quiet. Like I mean, I look around and there's not a ton of like really overfilled contests, and there's not. I don't know that the boards don't seem really busy. Because the groups, when you're in a bunch of groups, you kind of see them go to the top of the list. When people are talking, there's not a
yep,
whole lot of that going on, and that I see. I mean,
me
either
neither.
then things are quiet in my contest, and I say, God, maybe they just hate me. I don't know. That's been said before, so you never know, girl. You never know. But what is
Yep.
this? I was so out of it for posting or anything for 3 weeks. Yes, you were. Yes, you were. He yeah, he's just been Robbie. He just kind of comes and
Yeah,
goes when he pleases. That's how that is. He could be
absolutely.
twisted mister and get involved, but no, why would we do that? It's okay,
He
Robbie.
was in his cocoon and he emerged as Mothman.
Yeah, right, right, right. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I've heard about Mothman. He's a crazy, crazy bad boy. Yeah. No, so anyway, I don't know. Should we get this party started?
Yeah, did you want to say anything about Cinco de Mayo?
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Happy,
Um,
all right.
yeah,
All
no,
right.
I do. I have something up on the board. For everyone who's not familiar, because I know I did not know, and Pam and I were talking earlier, and she did not know until someone brought it to her that Cinco de Mayo is not Mexican Independence Day. It is something different, and it's about in mid 1800s Mexico fought in two different wars: the Mexican American War and the Reform War. Bankrupt President Juarez ceased all foreign debt payments So France, Britain, and Spain sent naval ships to Mexico. Britain and Spain negotiated. The French attacked, but a small force of Mexican soldiers in Pueblo defeated them. It was a huge morale booster for the Mexican resistance. And if I remember correctly, although what I just read didn't say it, I believe that they were highly outnumbered in that fight, that there were a lot more French than there were Mexican soldiers. And they still kept
Yes.
up. So hooray for that.
Yeah, I had read that it was definitely a victory for the underdog and a real morale booster at the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, so yeah, that's what my understanding was. But I learned that a few years back when I ran another contest for Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
You know, and because I did not know. In fact, a friend of mine had told me, and I went, "Oh, okay, okay." Now hang on, I'm going to open a soda, so you're probably going to hear it hiss. There you go. Can I tell you? But yeah. So anyway, that was really all I can say about Cinco de Mayo. I know they have a lot of dancing and mariachi bands. It's a big celebration because that was really an important win for them in the 1800s. So, you know, they still celebrate it today. And
Absolutely. Absolutely. And even people in the United States of Mexican heritage celebrate it because it's kind of like a way to honor their heritage and their history. And of course, just like St. Patrick's Day, you know, there is the commercialism of it all, but I think that's kind of to be expected, you know, unfortunately.
Oh, any way to make $1. Any way to
Oh,
make
exactly.
it's like Christmas, Easter, all of it.
Yep.
People find a way to make $1 off of it. But I think that it's always good to remember the true reason, you know, for the celebration. So yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah. So I guess we can get the party started.
All right.
And we have. Oh shoot! Did I do that? Oh, well, maybe we'll just do this a little different. Yes, we will. Because yes, I have to take care of something. So Pam, I'm going to have you probably read the first poem while I fix my issues.
All right.
This is called Burla de Gallo, and this is by Mickey 1022. And let me put the link up in the room. And whenever you are ready.
All right. Burla or Rooster Taunt by Mickey 1022. My rooster does not sing because he sees the sun. The river has dried up. Do not make fun of me. Give me a bottle of tequila, all for me, and I will turn that dry river in a sea. Maybe then I can build a boat to sail back into your arms. I would be the captain of my broken heart. My rooster does not sing because he sees the sun. The river has dried up. My little friend doesn't make fun of me. I finished the bottle of tequila and still I have not made sea. The river is still dry and it doesn't seem to go build a boat for get closer to me, but I'm still the captain and tequila is all I need. End poem. Are you back, Jean? All right. Well, yeah, this has a really nice flow to it. Wonderful write by Mickey 1022. And I felt like this had a little bit of humor in it. did he put it as humor? No, he did not. Okay, maybe that's just the way my mind thinks. But I think about the idea of I don't know. I think anytime tequila is mentioned, it feels funny to me. It just sounds funny to me. But it also feels like a lament. It feels like a lament on the idea of how when we were younger, we used to be able to drink all we want, have stay up late all we want, and our mind and bodies weren't affected. But as we get older, um, it's things definitely change, and this has creative lines throughout. I did really like, maybe then I can build a boat to sail back into your arms. I would be the captain of my broken heart. Wonderful lines by Mickey 1022 and very well done.
Right. Yeah. I thought this was a good piece. Mickey wrote this for another contest I run a few years back. It said mocking rooster. Unless you're a mocking rooster. I don't know. But let me see where I want to go here. It looks like, well, it has a lyrical quality to it only because the first and the third stanzas are exactly the same. And I find that to be, it wouldn't surprise me if this was meant to be sung. Um, you know, my rooster does not sing because he sees the sun. The river is dried up. Do not make fun of me. Give me a bottle of tequila, all for me, and I will turn that dry river in a sea. I mean, it sounds like somebody's just partying it up. You know, I finished the bottle of tequila. Yeah, that's the second one has that. It's not quite identical, but it's pretty close. It follows through pretty well. My rooster does not sing because he sees the sun. The river is dried up. My little friend doesn't make fun of me. I finished the bottle of tequila and still I have not made sea. I think it's just yeah, the tequila, tequila, tequila. You know,
Right.
sounds like somebody got a little bit tipsy. You know, but it was a fun piece. I thought it was nicely done. So yes, and thank you, Mickey, for allowing us to use it again. It yeah, it was comical to me. I was thinking about this little rooster, during the whole thing, and you gotta
Right.
get about a rooster, but it works. It works.
Poor little rooster with a hangover.
That's right. That's right.
It makes me think of that little poem, one tequila, two tequila, three tequila floor.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. Absolutely. Well, you know what they say about tequila? You got to be careful. Tequila makes your cholesterol go off.
Oh,
I should have played that as the intro song. We'd have gotten in trouble. I can't do that.
right,
Anyway,
right.
what do you do? Oh my God. So hi, Chris.
Exactly.
See you. Absolutely. Um, yeah, that was a fun one. It had me chuckling. So now, since I've gotten this straightened out, um, I'm going to put up the next piece, which was the first piece that we had to skip over. This is called Soggy Sombrero by Monty G25. So I put the link up in the room, and Pam, whenever. Oh, hang on. Good gosh almighty.
I
Talk for a
don't
minute.
see
I
it.
know. I know.
Oh, okay.
That's what the
Because
hang on,
I
hang
thought that
on.
was, yeah.
What the hang on was about.
All right.
Yes, yes, yes. But it will be there momentarily. Oh my goodness.
Oh, okay. I do see it in the room. I just,
I feel
yeah.
like such a novice at all of this. You never think I had done this before. Okay, the audio is in and ready for you.
All right. My turn to read. All right. So, What's that?
What did you say?
I said, is it my turn to read?
No, it's your turn to hit the button for the audio I just put in. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. I will do that. So let me go grab that.
Hey, Cisco, you're playing in wrong key. Hey, Pancho, they all sozzle and don't see. Besides, I don't even know this song. Hey, carumba, maybe a friend on the violin knows it a bit better. See, but he's looking like he has had one too many tequila. She's Cisco, we must do singing now. Aye, 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 aye. In Aussie, they do it for Chili's. That cat, it shat all over my hat. Now I got a soggy sombrero. Oh, Cisco, oh, Pancho. Hey, ha. This is a long march, Pancho. See, it is longer than we want it to go. Hey, Cisco, I think I need the crunch. No, no, Pancho. This is for the Twisted Tuesday lunch. We must play for Genie and the AP bunch. Okay, Cisco, give me a sombrero. No way. You go ask Jose. Hey, Jose, this way, what you say? I need to do a little bit of something. That's too bad, my little taco dumpling. Sorry, Cisco, in my sombrero you cannot go. Why for you asking me during the show? Jose, my compadre, what is that you say? I'm saying you cannot do in my sombrero today. Ay, 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 I needing to go anyway. Come on, you cucaruches, let's sing. Ay, 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 in Aussie, they do it for Chili's. The cat, it shat all over my hat. Now we got soggy sombreros. Now we got soggy sombreros.
Oh my God. That is too funny. Pam, where
Oh
are
my
you?
gosh, that was just perfect.
Dying. I was dying. I was like half reading and I was half looking at something else. And all of a sudden they say, I hear we must play for Genie and the AP bunch. I'm like, what the hell? Oh my God. I can't even attempt to read the stanza. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I could get the inflections correct. Yeah. This is a long march, Pancho. I don't know. I can't even do it. I'd be feeling like an ass. But I thought this was really funny and kind of comical. And then all of a sudden, he took a turn in the end. That last stanza took a turn on me. But yeah, this is, but it was a funny piece, and the audio was great. It kind of had me really laughing good. So yeah, well done, Monty G. Well done. So thank you for sharing. It's a great job. Oh my God.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have to say, I don't remember the names of the characters. But between isn't that from the movie The Three Amigos? No, because the picture and his poem make me think of the movie the Three Amigos. And
Well, I
but
don't know. I don't know. I think that that's one of my prompts, but I'm not sure that that's where it came from.
right,
But there's three, so I guess that would be part of a.
it could be. Yeah, there you go. There you go. But I also like I love the humor in this, and especially when he brings the Aussie in. Sheet, Cisco, we must do singing now. Aye, aye, and Aussie, they do it for chilies. That cat, it shat all over my mat. Now I got a soggy sombrero. Um, Fun, creative lines definitely gave me a big smile. I also really like the single line, "That's too bad, my little taco dumpling." Oh my gosh. You can really tell that Monty had a lot of fun writing this one. So,
Right.
you know,
Definitely something.
very, very well done for sure.
Yeah, pretty comical. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Okay. Hey, you have to hang on a second because I now have to go. Thank you for sharing.
All right.
Ah,
I'm going to I'm just going to tell Robbie to let me know when he's ready to call in. So
okay.
yes, Robbie, let me know when you're ready to call in by just putting it, you know, in private chat, and I'll be checking
And
the messages.
and hello, Amy Lynn. We have 18 messages over there that I haven't seen. Ah, Amy Lynn just
Yes,
yeah, all right.
Amy
Uh,
Lynn popped in, and so very cool to see her.
you have to allow your mic over in StreamYard, Robbie. And look, Quicken says, "Ta-da! You must be off from yes, yeah,
Yes, good to see them all.
absolutely." Robbie, you have to connect your device. I'm not exactly sure, but it's not connected to StreamYard. You may have to go out and come back in so it picks it up, and then you'll have to allow it. That's my guess. Well, we're glad you made it, Quicken. You came to join us for Cinco de Mayo. Uh,
Yes,
he only showed up.
apparently he hasn't had too much tequila and landed on the floor.
I think he
He's
just showed
able to
up.
make it.
I think he just showed up because he saw that there was margaritas in Cuervo in the contest. That's what I think. I don't know if you can do that, Robbie, but okay, no problem. Nice to at least you got off work special for Jose Cuervo and margaritas with us tonight. I am so happy.
There
Don't
you
forget to.
go.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Robbie, whatever. We wouldn't want to practice ahead of time. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Here we go again, Pam. Just kidding, Robbie, but it's been a rough week already. And we're only on two. Well,
Oh
three.
my gosh. Yep. One bump after another, but we'll get them all smoothed
Yes.
out.
Just because you allow your microphone doesn't mean we'll hear you. Let me just tell you that. If we don't have you on stage, it ain't going to happen. Oh my goodness. So anyway, let's see. Okay. We have one more audio, and believe it or not, that happens to be next. So let me put that up in the room because that's my job. Okay. And this is called Dahlia's Dance Independently by Eric Svensson. So my link is up, and whenever you're ready, Pam, I know that audio is there.
All right.
Dahlias dance independently. Rattlesnakes, riddles, and sun-griddled tortillas. Tequila Sheila, sunrise surprise. Black raven eyebrows arch. Frida Kahlo's broken body still marches. Tougher than nails, hardier than spiked cacti. Armed bandits 1, 2, 3. Life's roulette wheel spins, whirs metal mesh crimson splash. Loaded dice falls on creative genius. Diego danced to Mexican Dahlia's tune. Drink for drink, thought for thought. Children of the Alamo corn. Pueblo pebbles, castanets, clear and consistent, celebrate virile, vibrant colors, consecrate life. Swords, landlords, and lovers intertwine. Vine of Mexico plants artistic anarchist cultivars, sun-kissed salty, sultry plains, succulent pigs fire pit lounge, bazooka music bombs hot, humid lockdown air, banded musicians, saints and sinners confess, years looking at year, gringo, Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall, Ring-a Roses, pockets full of quantum possibilities, Smoking Gun, Last Supper, James Dean Eyes, Marilyn Monroe, Frida Kay, and Diego R. still dance sun circles, planted Pueblo pebbles ripple eternity's creative diadem. End poem.
Hmm, nice, nice piece. Um, yeah, Eric had written this again for a past contest of mine, and put a lot of work into this. I really thought it was excellent and a nice piece. He's got so much going on in here. He's got Frida, Frida Kahlo's Broken Body Still Marches, tougher than nails, hardier than spiked jackdaw. Um, you know, and I think that's a picture of Frida, isn't it, Pam, in the background? Or as
It it is, yes.
and she's a very famous artist, which I'm sure most people know, but I had to say it. But
Yeah.
he he captured so much in this. Rattlesnakes, riddles, and sun griddled tortillas, tequila Sheila, sunrise surprise, raven, black raven eyebrows arch, Frida Kahlo's. I don't even know if that's pronunciation, so I apologize. Broken body still marches, tougher than nails, harder than spiked cacti. Armed bandits, 1, 2, 3. Life's roulette wheel spins, whirs, metal mesh, crimson splash. Loaded dice falls on creative genius. Diego danced to Mexican Dahlia's tune, drink for drink, thought for thought. Um, you know, One thing about Aaron, Aaron, oh my gosh, he must be cussing about me somewhere. Um, about Eric is the fact that his use of alliteration, he draws in so many different elements into his poetry. Uh, but somehow he always seems to stay on the topic. Like, when he got down to Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall, I went, okay. But he makes it work somehow. And I always find that to be so intriguing. I really do. But yeah, so this was a great piece, Eric. I did it again. See, I did it again. Uh-huh. Maybe he should show up to and listen with us. But I thought it was just really well done. So Eric, I want to thank you for sharing with us. Great job. Uh, as I said last time, excellent and nice work. You know, so great take on the prompt.
Oh, absolutely. I have to agree. Wonderful comment there, Jean. Yeah, I like that he attached to his poem the images of Frida Kahlo. And if you look up famous or classic Mexican artists, her and her husband are usually one of the first two to pop up. I like the wordplay in this, the use of alliteration, the imagery and metaphors. It is a very creative style. Um, I feel like it speaks on both the serious and oh, what's that?
Didn't say a word.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
You're hearing things.
I am. I must have been hearing something. Like I don't know, but anyways, and I thought there was great lines throughout, but for me, it was definitely those first three stanzas that really spoke on connecting with the topic, the
Right.
fight, the battle that the people went through, and the life and the culture that they live in. So, just a wonderful write and very well done.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. So listen, Pam, the next piece I'm going to put up is called Shame It Only Comes Once a Year by Pink Fairy 5. And
All
put it
right.
in the room. And I'm going to give this one a read because I think it's my turn. I think so. Ah, so here we go. We stare in amazement as women of Mexico prance forth in pure joy. Formally dressed mariachi band strikes up a few chords, and it begins. Festival Cinco de Mayo celebrates General Zaragoza's troops' victory. I am French, but enjoying it as much as anyone else non-Mexican. The clapping, the dancing, the happiness exudes the streets. Vibrant colors, a whirl of sombreros in the morning when it is cooler. Children are clapping and dancing as are the older smiling people. It's a day of celebration. Wafts of enchiladas and churros filter by. Let's have a margarita, my girlfriend suggests. It's 10 o'clock, I argue. We sit down for one anyway, listening to children coax their parents. I want to hit the pinata. I want a sopapilla and dress like the senorita. May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. It only comes once a year. What a shame. End poem.
Great read there, Jean.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love her attention to detail. Um, and I love her attention to detail. I actually used to have my mom gave me a doll when she used to live down in well sh- when she used to live either in Texas or California, and she came back to visit. She had brought dolls for me and my sister that were dressed in the traditional you know these kind of costumes. And so that makes me think of that doll. I wish I still had that, but this has such wonderful imagery. Um, it's a treat for the senses. Um, it's and I feel this way about many I don't know, like I feel like whenever there's a good day where you're enjoying yourself, you wish it could be more than once a year. And oh man, this is so festive and great lines throughout. But I especially like the clapping, the dancing, the happiness exudes the streets, vibrant colors, a whirl of sombreros in the morning when it is cooler. Children are clapping and dancing, as are the older smiling people. It's a day of celebration. Wafts of enchiladas and churros filter by. Wonderful lines and very well done.
Nice. Nice comment, Pam. Yeah, I'll second that. I like the second stanza as well. But I do love how she started out in this piece because she went from the history of Cinco de Mayo down into the celebration. And I thought that she did that well. Um, and yeah, it is a shame that only once a year. Everybody should be that celebratory, um, as often as they can. Everything, we should all celebrate life in that way. But the first stanza, we stare in amazement as women of Mexico prance forth in pure joy. Formally dressed mariachi bands strike up a few chords, and it begins. The festival, Cinco de Mayo, celebrates General Zaragoza's troops' victory. So then she says, I'm French, but enjoying it as much as anyone else non Mexican. And the image that she chose for the piece I thought was one of the nice images. It was bright, it was colorful, it was cheerful. It, you couldn't look at that and think of anything less than a celebration, and a sense of pride. And I think that that's wonderful. And I think that Pink Fairy 5 did an excellent job with this. So well done, well done. Absolutely, she brought us into the picture. So nice work. Absolutely nice work. Okay, so let me see. Okay, Pam, we're going to come to you for this next one. And this is called Cinco de Mayo, or Margaritaville Revisited by L.G. Mace. So whenever you are ready.
There we go. I'm glad this StreamYard pops a message down and reminds you that you're on mute when you're talking.
Yeah.
But all right, just popping it into StreamYard.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go. And back to where I need to be. All right. Cinco de Mayo, or Margaritaville Revisited by L.G. Mace. It's Cinco de Mayo once again. Let the time for celebration and drinking begin. The old standard of Bud Light and some shots of Jose too are only some offerings for some differently concocted brew. Jose comes out in all his forms, but nothing compares to the old tradition of eating the worm. I think you've got to go across the border to get a bottle of old-fashioned mezcal in that form. That there are lay me down Jose's that really do the trick. But if you do too many of them on top of Coronas and limes, you're sure to get sick. It's amazing how many different varieties of tequila drinks can go into a blender. Leave it to the vivid imagination of your gifted local bartender. But me, I'll stick to the good old margarita with plenty of salt on the rim to get completely twisted. Happy Cinco de Mayo to you and to me, Margaritaville Revisited. End poem.
Nice read, Pam. Nice read. Yes. Well, I think that the tequila got the through and through on this one. That is for sure. Where is it? I don't know. Oh, eating the worm out of a bottle of tequila just doesn't do a thing for me. Oh, I was good till then. But I have to say, I liked it in the beginning, from the beginning. It's Cinco de Mayo once again. Let the time for celebration and drinking begin. The old standard of Bud Light and some shots of Jose too are only some offerings for some differently concocted brew. Jose comes out in all his forms, but nothing compares to the old tradition of eating the worm. Ugh. Yeah. But she just goes on, and I think she really she had a lot to say about good old Jose. But nicely done, and thank you for sharing, LG. Much appreciated.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm trying to figure out how to bring Robbie on, or if I can, because
let me look.
Let's see.
No, well, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Add to stage.
Yep, that's the one.
There we go. So,
hello, Robbie.
Hello.
Hey, Robbie.
How are
you? Can hear me okay?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, good. That was nice and simple.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good.
You want me to say? Is it my turn to comment now? I lost track. Okay, because I was busy. Yeah, figuring out the mic. Yeah, I like this kind of feeling of just like the experience of the merriment of it, especially through drink, and I like the idea of leave it to your, the imagination of your gifted local bartender. I just imagine, oh, there's Rico there, he knows everybody's drink, oh, well, I'll get you a, and he knows just how everybody likes to have their drinks mixed and all that. So it kind of reminds me of that sort of familiarity. and that sort of high spiritedness. And so I enjoyed the poem for that, for like that general vibe. And it's interesting for me to see this in the poetry today, like, because Cinco de Mayo is more like what people have in the States. We don't really have that here because just the way that it is, and that so yeah, it's interesting to hear about a holiday that I haven't focused on as much through the poetry here. And yeah, overall, this I think this poem captures well the like I said, the high spiritedness of it, and kind of that feeling like where people are just out all night long, and trying a little bit of every drink, and then they get home and they're like pretty hungover, but they're like, damn it, it was worth it.
Yep. Yep. I've had those days. Oh, I mean, not Cinco de Mayo, but I've had those damn it was worth it days. Just say it. Oh.
Right. But I actually used to be a tequila drinker myself back in my youthful days. Only had the worm once, and the fact that the only time I ever had the worm was the one time I set my hair on fire. Thankfully, not too bad.
Oh,
but still, when when tequila and fire is involved, it's just not a good thing.
My God.
Did the worm set the fire?
Man. What's that?
Did the worm set the fire?
No. Me trying to light a cigarette while I was extremely drunk, and I don't smoke. I've never smoked, but I was lighting it for somebody else on a gas stove. Back when you had stoves that still had flames, stovetops that still had flames. Yeah, so it was just me being really drunk on tequila and involving flame. But I told LG Mason my comment that for me, it was tequila sunrises, either straight shots of tequila or tequila sunrises that I used to drink. Now, if Rex was here, he'd have some strong opinions. He has very strong opinions, and I truly believe this, that the stuff we get sent, like Jose Cuervo, is the cheap stuff that nobody will actually drink in Mexico, because they save the good stuff, and there's he actually helped me, like for my oldest daughter's 21st birthday. I wanted to get her a bottle of good tequila, like not the best, like not like spend my whole monthly savings, but a good mid-price brand, and he helped me pick something out, so that was nice. But sorry, little side chat there, but this poem just has me thinking of so many different thoughts, most of them having to do with me and my best friend in our 20s. Oh my gosh. This just, it is, I have to agree with Robbie, it's an energetic piece, and it just lays the truth out there. So very well done by LG Mace.
Yeah, I sidestep tequila for the most part. I have enough troubles. I'll stick with gin.
Bombay Sapphires.
Yeah, well, I stick with my gin. My favorite gin is actually Seagram's Extra Dry, which is not an expensive bottle, but I have to say it is pretty good.
And for the mic here, I can mute and unmute just like in the like I did in Podbean, or
yes, the microphone.
Yeah,
you just click on the microphone to mute and unmute.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yep.
Okay, now the next piece in the list is called Cinco de Mayo. Imagine that, by me. So let me put this one up. And And I wrote this for somebody else's contest. Oh my God, ages ago, I think. But it goes like this. Grab the tequila, margaritas for all. A shot of 150, take 2, they're small. Coronas and lime, let the party begin. Drink in remembrance of this declarative win. Mariachis on standby, soon they will play. Cinco de Mayo celebrated this way. Fiesta, fiesta in Pablo today. Celebrating the battle in 1862. Defeating Napoleon of victory true. Tacos and ceviche, enchiladas and friends. Next we'll be dancing and drinking as evening descends. So grab a sombrero, toss it out on the floor. A Mexican hat dance and the salsa for sure. So Cena it is for family and friends. Berber y Balier. Oh my God, I wrote this so long I don't even have to pronounce it. Berber y Balier. May the fun never end. End poem. I knew how to say it when I wrote it. Not anymore. I have to look it up. But I did say end poem, didn't I? Oh, Pam.
Yes. Yes, great read there, Jean. And Robbie, your thoughts?
I like that this, you got to get closer to the mic here. I have to figure that out. I like that this was all encompassing of the culture because it mentions about the drink and that, but it also mentions, where's my tab? It also mentions about, I'm looking here. Well, it mentions the dancing, also about more of the background history of it, the actual battle. The actual battle. And I found this to be all encompassing, both in terms of both the history behind the holiday and all the little other customs and everything behind it, like the drink, the mariachi, all of that kind of thing. When you look at a holiday like this, there's so many little components to it, so many little cultural things. Like, it's so much more than just the drink or just the history behind it. It's a very all-encompassing thing. There's all kinds of little rituals and everything to it, and I thought this poem encompassed all of that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Great comment, Robbie. Yeah, it's funny because I know I heard this one before and I commented on it, but all I said was congratulations on the front page pick, which, it was definitely a well-deserved front page pick. I have to say this was definitely fun to hear again. A great write for tonight's show. As always, you're just so spot on with your rhyme and flow. I like your attention to detail. I can tell that this is the contest where you learned about what Cinco de Mayo is about. And I like how, to me, you balance the history and the serious nature of remembering what Cinco de Mayo is about, but also the celebratory nature. And I really particularly liked, and there's great lines all the way through, but I really particularly like mariachis on standby. Soon they will play Cinco de Mayo celebrated this way. Fiesta, fiesta in Pueblo today. Celebrating the battle in 1862, defeating Napoleon, a victory true. Wonderful lines and very well done.
Thank you, Pam. Yeah, this was a fun piece because I did learn the history and I wanted to bring in the festivities. So I was trying to balance the seriousness of the reason with the celebration of the day. So that's kind of where my head went on this. But I didn't want it to be too heavy on anything. So I just tried to bounce through it. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy words. can I say? Okay.
I like it.
The next piece I'm going to put up is called Cinco de Mayo. Remember This Day by Pam Ray. So, Pam, whenever you are ready.
All right. All right. So here we go. In an ancient land filled with tapestries of history and culture lives a people of strength and pride. They remember the battles they have fought, a long and difficult journey towards independence. Ellos recordan Cinco de Mayo. Ellos recordan la batalla de Pueblo. Ellos recordan los quedos y los sacrificios hechos. They remember the 5th of May. They remember the Battle of Puebla. They remember the falling and the sacrifices made. They honor this day and treat it with reverence, this victory of the underdog against the horde of the oppressor. They celebrate dancing to mariachi music, reenactments of the battle in the streets of Puebla, the battlefield now a park to honor the past. They rejoice and commemorate with food and drink shared with family and friends, conversations of reflection, words of unity, moments of solemnity, moments of laughter, moments of solidarity. Together they stand, together they hear the voices of their ancestors. Recuerda tu herencia, recuerda tu historia, recuerda este día, Cinco de Mayo. Remember your heritage, remember your history, remember this day, the 5th of May. Your language, music, literature, and art is a reflection of your community, a reflection of your souls. To your hearts, your ancestors whisper, Sempre recuerda, sempre se alegre. En este día recuerda a los valientes lucharon por tu libertad. Always remember, always be joyful. On this day, remember the brave. They fought for your freedom. En este día recuerda su sangre corre por tus venas. A través de cada generación viva el espíritu de la violencia y el espíritu del orgullo. On this day, remember, their blood runs through your veins. Through each generation lives the spirit of bravery and the spirit of pride. And poem.
Nice. Good job, Pam. Nice rate.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Robbie, you want to go first?
Okay.
Well, maybe he'll do that later when he rejoins us on the stage.
Right?
I mean, I think well, I'm supposed to bring him back.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You back, Robbie?
Yeah, I'm back. My yeah, I got to get a bigger extension or whatever from my mic because my mic it's not long enough here, the thing, and it can unplug, so I got to be careful. Yeah, yeah, I like that this had the this, like, we're getting a little bit of everything today. Like this has the historical emphasis, and I like that it had the the other language in here, and it was done, I think, with purpose. It can be too easy to throw in another language just for the sake of it, or just to sound like whatever. But I felt like it was done purposefully here, and this was done with like seriousness in terms of the history, but not like somber, you know. It can be too easy to end up sounding like pompous, or to sound too solemn or somber when you're including history, and especially history that has like some violence in that to it. But that didn't happen here. And yeah, I like the story of the underdog. It's always, there's a special sort of, magic isn't quite the word, but there's a special importance, I guess you could say, when you're talking about the underdog winning. And especially because especially when it's so not expected, right? You know, they get dismissed and everything, but you know, they, through cleverness and good training and discipline and all that, they win. And there's something really powerful about that when that happens in history. And I thought that this poem captured that.
Thank you, Robbie.
Yes, Pam. I think that you did a fabulous job here. It was an excellent piece, Pen. Wonderful nod to the battle and the celebration. And I thought it was a great job with the right. And I picked it up here. They remember the 5th of May. They remember the Battle of Puebla. They remember the fallen and the sacrifices made. They honor this day and treat it with reverence, this victory of the underdog against the horde of the oppressor. They celebrate dancing to mariachi music, reenactments of the battle in the streets of Puebla, the battlefield, now a park, to honor the past. I think you captured something really good there. I know part of that was a translation of the Spanish, but I'm not even going to pretend to be able to speak a foreign language. I didn't even remember. I have to go back and figure out how to say what I put in my own poem, you know?
Right. Well, even me, I'm kind of like, you know, I figure that I'll just do my best. Right. And, you know, if anybody is a Spanish speaker, you know, then, you know, I apologize, but hopefully I didn't offend anybody with my, you know,
sure
not quite. Right.
You know, I
but
mean, you sounded natural with it, so it was pretty good.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. And thank you so much for the inspiration.
Well, I'm glad you wrote for it, because it's always good to have a Pam Ray write. Unless it's after midnight and she gets carried away. Just saying.
No, I have no problems with that.
Oh, we should have been around last night then.
Yeah, Pam Ray, inspired by Jim Morrison, is a creature all on its own.
I was so sad about that. I fool that I was. I didn't set an alarm when I was snoozing, and then I woke up like at 4 a.m. And then when Pam said it was the Jim Morrison show, I was like, oh no, I missed the Jim Morrison show. Oh no.
Let's go back and read her poem.
Yeah.
Or you can go back and listen to it.
Well, is this archived on YouTube?
Yes, it is.
Okay, you'll give me the link afterwards then, because I'm not too sure. I looked in the wrong place.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, it was yeah. Rex says, "Come on, Phil, hop onto the stage and comment." And I went, "No."
Capital N, capital O, no.
That's what I said. Yes, it is.
There's an awesome, I'll send it to you, Pam. There's an awesome skit from Kids in the Hall about listening to the Doors. And, you know, the guy says, I want a Doors album. And he's like telling him to go through this whole ceremony to treat it super seriously. And it just escalates and escalates. And it becomes a big drama.
I actually remember seeing that skit. That was a funny one.
A Doors fan isn't made, they're born.
Okay, Robbie, I'm coming to you with this next one. This is called Mexican Still Life by Arliste.
Okay.
And whenever you're ready.
Okay. Mexicans. Okay, be very careful here. I don't want to disconnect my mic again. Mexican Still Life. The human sacrifices begin at noon. I must hurry to prepare the ruins. Good. The pyramids retain their purity of line. The hieroglyphs balance out the skulls, more or less. Let us say, 2-1. A Diego Rivera mural stretches from wall to wall on the Mayan ball court. Are those blues really from nature? Heads will roll, I predict. I need more coffee, any style. Bring me the big, steaming bowls from France that you must slurp two-handedly. Bring me the tiny espresso shots of Italy, bitter and inadequate, always calling for another cup. Bring me cafe in an ornamental Mexican jar painted in bright ochres and reds. Set it on a geometrically designed serape with just a hint of purple on the fringe. I will sop up the last drop of caffeine with my tortilla, while the dining room tables multiply like serpents. I must hurry. The sacrifices begin at noon. Already the humidity clings to my skin like a cheap cologne. How stupid of me not to have worn a white linen suit, huaraches, and a Panama hat. Straw, of course. I am the expert. My criticism begins now. Riviera's human figures roll in a wave of revolutionary fervor, too rounded, too cherubic, too pastel. Industry, agriculture, fraternity, socialism. Hand me the hammer, but no bare breasts, as in Delacroix's Liberty Leading the People. A careless oversight. Nudity awaits a pleasant focal point to a painting. Suddenly, bad news breaks. The sacrifices are being called off. The ball players have converted to communism. Viva la revolution! Frida Kahlo twirls her mustache to match the flair of Salvador Dali's. Her heart flutters for the Spanish surrealist who has bug eyes only for Gala. Kahlo deigns to paint his portrait, which turns out to be another of her self-portraits. So many selves, so many portraits. The one sports ample facial hair and a monkey on her shoulder, who leans across to eat the gardenia behind the right ear. Or is it a carnation? Carnations only calcify into cliches. Let us call it a hibiscus and be done with it. Still, are those lurid colors from nature? I must hurry. The exhibition will begin at 2 a.m., the hour when all the wine shops close, and the retablos disappear from the churches. No respect for authority after La Revolution. Only the self, always the self. Kahlo twists her mustache into a braid for her next self-portrait. Liberty leading the Mexican people. She squeezes into an orthopedic corset, bare-breasted. I pull out my droopy Dali watch to eye the time. The hands cross at midnight. I must hurry, yet Kahlo insists I sit. She paints my portrait with a spike through my spine. A shattered pelvis, a partial paralysis of the legs. I can no longer walk a straight line. She thinks I am she in trousers, the self, always the self. My mustache grows heavier than hers, however, and I painstakingly pluck out the unibrow. But I adore her monkey, with his close-set eyes. He eats a carnation for penance each morning, then primps before the mirror. The self, the primate self. More bad news. Dali cancels the exhibition. He has been demoralized by the retablos, which radiate beauty in 6 dimensions: height, breadth, length, and the omnipresence of the Holy Trinity. A genuine milagro. The streets fill with gardenias and hibiscus. The Mayan ball players convert to Catholicism. A white skeleton dances with Kahlo in the moonlight. He wears her leather and steel braces. No matter. I'm the art critic, and I declare all Mexican colors indigenous, naturalistic, and caffeinated. Then I turn out the dining room lights. A starry night. The humidity sinks into the sun note. Tomorrow I shall buy a monkey and teach it to paint. All colors from nature, of course. And in the author's notes it says, this is an imaginative riff based on a trip to the Yucatan Peninsula. It's also a poem where the reader has to judge whether the speaker of the poem, the I, is the author. I'll leave the rest to you. And then it mentions a few other notes there, but yeah, that's so end poem. I'm getting a drink of water.
Yeah.
Did you say my name?
I didn't say a word.
Oh, okay.
Talk, so I was sitting here quiet. I think I said, oh, because there was a loud brushing sound. I thought this was an incredible write by Arlise, and there was a lot of details in it. And I picked it up here. I must hurry. The exhibition will begin at 2 a.m., the hour when all the wine shops close and the retablos disappear from the churches. No respect for authority after the revolution. Only the self, always the self. Kahlo twists her mustache into a braid for her next self-portrait, Liberty leading the Mexican people. She squeezes into an orthopedic corset, bare-breasted. I pull out my droopy dolly watch to eye the time. The hands cross at midnight. I must hurry, yet Kahlo insists I sit. She paints my portrait with a spike through my spine, a shattered pelvis, and a partial paralysis of the legs. I can no longer walk a straight line. She thinks I am she in trousers. The self, always the self. And where Robbie dropped off on the author's notes, it says, it helps to know the works and facial portraits of Mexican muralist Diego Rivera, Mexican self-portraitist Frida Kahlo, who was impaled and had her pelvis shattered in a bus accident, and the Spanish surrealist painter Salvador Dali. I thought that was an interesting capture here, because I did not know that about Kahlo. But when he goes on to say, she paints my portrait with a spike through my spine, a shattered pelvis, and partial paralysis of the legs. I thought that was a good touch. Was it cheerful? No. But I think that he captured something about the artist that was well done. So thank you, Arlise, for sharing with us. I appreciate it. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Great comment, Jean. And wonderful read, Robbie. Have you ever seen the movie made about her life called Frida, or I can't remember if it's called her first name or her last name, but
no.
Okay. Well, it's a really good movie if you get a chance to watch it. Yeah, this is just an amazing write. I really like the bite of humor in it. I always enjoy and appreciate writes that involve the self interacting with figures, creative people from the past. And I like how this takes a look at going around an art museum and imagining yourself interacting with these artists. And I thought there were great lines throughout, but I did especially like where it starts out, I must hurry, and ends with, I must hurry, yet Kahlo insists I sit. Great lines there. I mean, just really, also, I really like the imagery of a white skeleton dances with Kahlo in the moonlight. He wears her leather and steel braces. No matter, I am the art critic, and I declare all Mexican colors indigenous, naturalistic, and caffeinated. Then I turn out the dining room lights. Caffeinated is such a great way to describe those kind of bright colors. So, Excellent write and very well done.
Okay, Pam. Well, okay. I put up the link for the next poem, and it's your read, Pam. And I'm going to be right back, all at the same time.
Sure, no problem. All right. Let me. By the way, Robbie, before I go on to the next poem, do you want to make a comment?
Yeah, sure. This had an interesting tone to it in terms of like the history, because it's like the wilder side of that history, and it kind of a wildness in terms of like, you know, Dolly and talking about her twirled mustache, and I felt that like it caught a different side of the history of all of this than the other poems, and it did have a very broadly historical feel to it, because it was like it was talking about the sacrifices, and also like a lot of the locales and all that, and this it feels like one of those poems where you want to read over it a couple of times, because there's just so much detail in it, and both poetically to capture it all, and also to learn from it. I think this is a poem that if you read it a couple more times, you'll also learn a few more things too, because there's so much in it that on the first pass, I think you're not going to absorb either all of the history or all of the poetry of it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I have to agree. Wonderful comment there, Robbie. All right. Gonna post the next poem in StreamYard. I have to start remembering that name. And it is Cinco de Mayo by Nan529. And it goes like this. Victory at the Battle of the Puebla. What a wonderful sight. Bright colors adorn the streets for the memory of the victory. Reds, blues, yellow, orange, greens, enriching the streets of Mexico. All colors of the rainbow can be seen, all to remember the victory. May 5th, the Spanish dance parading through the streets. Everyone claps while sombrero bands play. Children run about excitedly as colors swirl majestically. Everyone so happy, celebrating victory. Laughter and joy for all to see. Cafes, restaurants, all are full. They've come to see the wonderful colors of Mexico. And poem. Oh, that is such a fun and festive write by Nan529. And your thoughts, Robbie?
I totally agree. This is the most festive one. This most of all of the poems captured the pure joy of it, and there's other poems that captured the joy, but more in the like the with the adult side, like, you know, like the drinks and all that. But this is like all around. There's the what the kids do as well, and just what everybody does, and all the colors, and then the cafe restaurants and that. So this had the I thought the broadest sort of scope of the joy that the holiday brings. And I like the emphasis on colors, because it's very much this is one of those holidays where it really is so much about color. I think of color and lots of sound, lots of music when I think of this holiday. And it has, like, with the sound, everyone claps while sombrero bands play. It kind of reminds me of when I see in other cultures, like the pandero, the Brazilian tambourine. and that's like, so it's visual and like audio at the same time. It's musical. It's musical at the same time. It kind of reminds me of that, and so yeah, I really enjoyed the poem for that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Me too. Me too. Yeah, I love the festive nature of this and the use of colors. I don't know, there's something about those colorful clothes that just make you feel happy. And I do like that this involves family, the family and friends having fun together, including the children. She does bring, I like that she brings in that line, all to remember the victory. I think that's a very important little detail that she has within there. Yeah, a treat for the senses. I really did like where the third stanza where it says, everyone claps while sombrero bands play, children run about excitedly. Wonderful lines and very nicely done by Nan 529. And are you back, Jean?
I am.
All right.
I thought this was a great poem by Nan 529. I enjoyed her work, the use of color, and her festive descriptions throughout. And again, I like this from the very beginning. Victory at the Battle of Pueblo. What a wonderful sight. Bright colors adorn the streets for the memory of the victory. Reds, blues, yellow, orange, greens, enriching the streets of Mexico. All colors of the rainbow can be seen, all to remember the victory. The piece in its whole, no, the piece in its entirety, better way to say it, I thought was very good. And I like how she captured that one image. I'm not exactly sure where that is, because it kind of looks indoors to me. Well, it could be outdoors. What do I know? But it captures all the flags. And I know there's a meaning to the flags, but I'm not exactly sure what they are. I don't know if it's based on color or based on the individual cutouts, but I think it was a great image, and I think she matched the image well. Bright, colorful, celebratory. I think it was a good job. So thank you again, Nan 529, for sharing with us. Well done. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Great comment there, Jean.
Okie doke.
And yeah, absolutely. And so what are we going to next?
Well, I'm going to put up this next piece called Celebration in Puebla by Unsung Poetress. And this is another one of the great colorful images. And let me start. Down in the city, Puebla, Mexico, the balconies along the streets are dressed with banners of vibrant colors, including red, yellow, and blue. Lampposts and street signs spread throughout the city are home to trusses of red hot chili peppers. Stars and floral piñatas hanging everywhere. The children are playing underneath. With sticks they swing, trying to break free all the candy and toys from inside them. Trumpeting of chords echo down the streets as they are played by the mariachi bands. El Caballeros are clad in silver-trimmed charros. Las Señoras model their bright flamboyant skirts, dancing and performing jarab tapatio. Drifting all around is the spicy flare of fish tacos, enchiladas, and tamales. Aromas with the air of decadent fare. Fresh sopapillas, churros, and hot coffee. Sombreros, ponchos, and festival skirts, red, blues, and golds, colors so bold, garnish the vendors' square as they sell to the celebrating tourists. The celebration today is from Cinco de Mayo, 1862. when the French lost the Battle of Puebla to a ragtop troop of General Ignacio Zaragoza. End poem.
Am I leading comments?
I kind of thought
I'm
you were.
yes, yeah, I thought you were. So.
I thought you had been, so that's why I just left it. But
oh well, for a while I don't know. It was just the two of us. So, but okay, sorry, I didn't realize that. And yeah, so Robbie, your thoughts?
Yeah, I was saying in chat, this made me smile because with the like the picture, it has the colorful dancers there, and it mentions like the with the general description that it has, El Cabarelos are clad in silver trimmed charros. Las Senoras model their bright flamboyant skirts, dancing and performing Yarabe Tapito. Reminded me of when I used to drum for the belly dance troupe. That is one of my deepest joys in life. I cannot describe in words how much I enjoy dance and music together, especially if it's drumming. When I see people drumming and then you have dancers dancing to that, I just love it. And then it has all the fine food mixed in with that, and this overall reminded me of both my days that I've seen, or the days that I've had where I've seen that kind of thing and participated in, like, other cultures equivalent of that. And then with the just the festivals that I've been to, and that where especially where like dance and music together are involved. So yeah, this definitely put a smile on my face.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I have to agree. And Jean, you did a great read of that. Your thoughts? Are you on mute, Jean? She must be having technical.
No, I was. No, I don't have any technical difficulties. I was on mute. I was just over on the poem reciting all my words of how much I liked it.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah. But I thought this was excellent. I love the imagery throughout, and I thought it was really well done. And I picked it up again right from the top. I don't know what it is about the very beginnings of these poems tonight, but they really are coming in right from the beginning with, I guess, what I think to be the important parts and processes. I don't know. But down in the city of Puebla, Mexico, the balconies along the streets are dressed with banners of vibrant colors, including red, yellow, and blue. Lampposts and street signs spread out through the city are home to trusses of red hot chili peppers. Stars and floral piñatas hang everywhere. The children are playing underneath with sticks. They swing, trying to break free all the candy and toys inside them. Trumpeting of chords echo down the streets as they are played by the mariachi bands. You can kind of great visuals in this piece for sure, because you can kind of, as you read it, you can kind of build the image in your mind, even if you didn't see the prompt in this. And I think that makes it really well done. So yes, so great job, and thanks for sharing with us, Unsung Poetress. Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely. I have to agree. This is a wonderful write, and great comment there, Jean. I really like her attention to detail, how this is a treat for the senses. I really like how she's brought in both the festivities and the celebrations, all the different foods. I like that she brings in the chili peppers because that's such an important part of Mexican cooking. And wow, I mean, great lines throughout. But I do especially like those last three stanzas. Wonderful imagery and just very festive and mouth-watering at the same time. So very well done by Unsung Poetress.
Mm-hmm. Did Robbie comment? So I know what I'm doing.
He did. Didn't he?
I don't know. I'm asking you. I don't know.
Yeah, I did. I mentioned about the dance and the drums.
Okay.
Oh, good. Thank you. Okay, Robbie, okay. I'm coming back to you. You get a prize because you already commented. This poem is called "All Will Be Well" by Ben Hart. So whenever you are ready.
All right. All will be well. Okay. All will be well, she says, to bring comfort back to a place in time. All will be well when it doesn't feel like that. Sometimes I'd say, but that be lying more, like with every breath I take. Today I was offered cocaine. I didn't take it because I didn't want to die the same month I came in. And everyone I love has gone to bed again, or maybe they're awake away from here. A place in time that felt smaller in the plague that is absence, to the pugilist staring down his gloves. And if he'd won the fight, would he have been the one she loves? Would he have been the champion? I keep telling myself that I am Adam, not Snake Kenobi, not Maul, but every day that I wake, I feel ripe for the fall, and Eve said, just take her. But I'm not that tall, because she is the moonlight and I am the cold. But that she loves everything I'm not, but I am nothing at all. So she loves only dust. She loves leaving. She loves leaving on Sundays. She loves leaving. She loves. She loves that I am not an angry drunk and that I plan on dying young. She loves me for the smoke in my lungs and the pain in my eyes and the black of my heart and the way that I walk and all I ache and can't and call art and the God of my youth and the love I owe you and the way I look nude and the dirt on my nails and the earth that I hail and the people I failed and the pain in my eyes and the way I will die, how she loves the pain in my eyes. All will be well. What a lie. You couldn't have loved me for a night. Watch the dawn. Watch something else. Watch something rise. Watch how it changes. The look in your eyes. All would be well. This is the life. And I want one moment that transcends what God intended before he ends it. End poem. And it was inspired by prompt 1 and prompt 4 of the poem. Of the contest. Blah, 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 blah.
Great read, Robbie. Now, the rights that I grabbed weren't like this right wasn't for necessarily a contest about Cinco de Mayo, but it was a contest I ran 3 years ago on the 5th of May or for the 5th of May with the artwork of Jose Guadalupe Posada Aguilar. He was a Mexican political printmaker, and he used relief printing to produce popular illustrations. He is greatly influenced numerous Latin American artists and cartoonists because of his satirical acuteness and social engagement. The image attached to the poem is not one of his. You have to, like, if you want to see his artwork, you can look at the contest. But I just wanted to let people know that so that you can better connect it with the artwork and with the topic of that particular contest. But Jean, your thoughts?
I have some. Let me go back. I was looking at your
and find them.
That's right. I'm not sure where I put them. There must be another button around here somewhere. I thought this was a great piece by Ben. And I picked this one up here. I keep telling myself that I'm Adam, not Snake. Kenobi, not Maul. But every day that I wake, I feel ripe for the fall. And Eve said, just take her, but I'm not that tall. Because she is the moonlight, and I am the cold. And that she loves everything I'm not, but I am nothing at all. So she loves only dust. She loves leaving. She loves leaving on Sundays. She loves leaving. She loves. I thought that was an intriguing section of the poem, and I think it was very well penned. So nice job, Ben, and thank you so much for sharing with us tonight. Well done.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Great comment, Jean. And Robbie, you did a great read of that. Your thoughts?
Well, it's interesting when you see a poem and you see that you commented on it a while back, because it's impossible to remember all the poems that you commented on in that. I enjoyed his use of the Star Wars imagery. Yeah, I thought that he did it well because of how he integrated Maul and Kenobi there. Like the characterizations of those characters, they're what they're known for, fit in well with the poem. And so way back when I had commented on this, I'd said this had a spoken word, quote unquote, feel to it. It has a very fast driven pace, and the structure of the narrative made it so that you were constantly engaged with it. There's a sense of urgency brought out in both the repetitions of the beginnings and the stanzas, and the music tone of the voice. I enjoyed the overall presentation of what it had to say. And when I look at it now, I read that because it's interesting to see how I feel now. I felt a lot of the same things, like how he has and the pain in my eyes and the black in my heart, and that, like, the lines are similar but not the same. So there's repetition. There's enough repetition to drive a pattern, to drive urgency, but enough difference that it's not just saying the same thing. And like when you have that balance of repetition and something a little bit different being said, then you're really helping to drive the narrative along, because you're getting both elements of what can drive a story along, which is like repetition, but then gradually bringing along of the story.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Great observations there, Robbie. And Jean, your thoughts?
Oh, God. Wait a minute.
Or did I already ask you your thoughts? Because
I think you did. For Ben Hart,
I did. So I actually need to ask myself for my thoughts.
There you go.
All right. So, yeah, I thought this was a wonderful write. In my contest, I had given it a bronze. Amazing imagery and metaphors, strong emotive lines. To me, this spoke on the feeling of rejection and the need for understanding. And I thought there were great lines throughout, but I did especially like that second to last stanza. Very well done by Ben Hart. And back to you, Jean.
Well, I'm trying to figure out if we have time for one more. Yeah, because we only have a couple minutes. Well, okay, I'm going to grab the next one, and we'll just see what we can do. Okay, this next piece is called The Final Breakaway by Kay Heartless. And Pam, whenever you are ready.
Betty Page is usually a pretty short read, but...
Well, yeah, but you were the next person. So...
I
figured I'd just keep...
Oh, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Yes. So what are we doing?
Well, I said, Pam, whenever you're ready.
Oh, I'm go ahead and go grab that. All right. All right. We have The Final Breakaway by Kay Heartless. Death is not an exit, it's a starting point. The opening stretch of a cross-country bike event. Brutal uphill climb, our skeletons as cyclists pedaling without helmets. Through rough forest paths, an afterlife peloton, all of us vying to be first to the prize. What's on the other side of life's finish line? Skeletons confused, and as the steep climb continues, we forget the details of our own face until our frame is ready to make its final breakaway. End poem. And what an amazing write by Kay Heartless. And your thoughts, Rob?
Well, this poem hit a little too close to home. I was just thinking about, like, I used to be a cyclist. It mentioned cycling without helmets, and I was like, oh, hell no. And they mentioned about skeletons, and I recently had my x-ray done of my neck, and it was weird because they used an x-ray machine that doesn't need a lead apron. And that was a freaky experience to have at 4 a.m. in the hospital. But skeleton poems, I'm gonna have to write more skeleton poems. They fascinate me because skeletons are a wonderful sort of allegory for so many things. Like when you talk about like the bones of things, and going down to the bare bones of the matter and that, and this reminded me of that. And it's interesting that the skeletons were like they had this real physicality because they're closer to physical activity in that, because it's mentioning the biking and everything else. And I like that death is not an exit, it's a starting point. This poem really embraces mortality.
Oh, absolutely. I have to agree. Great comment, Robbie. And Jean, your thoughts?
Well, I thought this was a great piece by Kay Heartless. I liked her take on the prompt very much. Death is not an exit, it's a starting point. The opening stretch of a cross-country bike event. Brutal uphill climb, our skeletons as cyclists pedaling without helmets through the rough forest paths. Yeah, and it just goes on. I mean, the whole thing is just a complete piece. That, as I always say, and it sounds so whatever, Gene, but I think it's great in its entirety. Because if I stop there, it kind of loses something, but the next stanza builds on that, and it just keeps building. So I think it was very well done by Kay Heartless, and an excellent write. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Great comment there, Jean. Yeah, I thought this was just an amazing write. I like the imagery and metaphors. I like how it speaks on the zealousness of people to finish the race rather than enjoy the journey. Um, Excellent take on the chosen prompt and very well done. And great show tonight, Jean.
You too, Pam. Thank you.
Well,
We didn't have too
what about
many.
Eugene? Am I welcome on this platform too?
Eugene's still over on Podbean. He can stay there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good to
Yeah.
know.
But no, it was a good show. We only had a few bumps, and I think we'll get better at that as we go along. I got confused or you got confused. I don't know which one of us got confused, but
I'm sure we both got confused at one point or another.
I think so. You know, the question is, did we stay there? No, we just kept going. So next time we'll be a little more in tune with ourselves. But yeah, great show, great company. Thank you, Quicken. Thank you, Amy Lynn. Thank you, Robbie, for calling in. That rhymed. Did you notice?
It did. You're a poet and you know it.
I don't know it. And PM, thanks as always for being one of my Twisted Sisters. I hope that Naomi gets back with us soon. It'll be great to have her around. Her company is always welcome and appreciated. Yes. So everybody, if you don't know or whatever, check out the archives over on YouTube or Facebook. And have a great week. Oh, and Pam and I'll be back tomorrow night with Donut Daddy.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the Art of Seduction. So check that out and be inspired to share something.
Yeah, Donut Daddy. That's our guy. Not at least for
yes.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you very much and have a wonderful, wonderful week to follow. Bye-bye.
Good night.